Welcome to the tutorial on how to upload your contacts and send out emails from your 2011 Florida Brain Cancer 5K Participant Center. So once again, you'll want to start by going to the Florida Brain Cancer 5K homepage at fbc5k.org. As you can see, we're already there. And the first thing you'll want to do is log into your participant center. Once again, if for some reason you've forgotten your username and password, you can always click the Trouble Signing In button just below, and that will send you your username or password or both to the email that you used when you were registering. So I got my username, I got my password. I'm going to click Remember Me, and then we'll click Login. This login button will automatically redirect you to your participant center, at which point we will be able to upload contacts and send out emails. So the first thing that you'll want to do is click the email button in the top left corner. So see right next to Home, Email. Now before you actually compose the email, it's typically good to pick out who your contacts are going to be. So let's go through the process of uploading your contacts and also then picking which contacts you want to receive the message. So as you can see on this right hand side, you're going to see the button for contacts right here. Click that. Now, for those of you that are returning from the 2010 event, you're going to see all of your contacts automatically in already. And that's really great. So if you took the time to actually import them last year, they're all still here, which is fantastic. If you're brand new, that's fine too. What you'll want to do is you have the options to either add a contact individually. So you just click this Add a Contact. And what this will do is say their first name, their last name, and then their email address. Once you're done, you just hit Add, and they're added in. So as you can see, it just added right up here. If you have lists that you would like to use, for example, on this Upload Contacts button, this is going to be if you have a CSV or an Excel file that already has contacts in there. So as you can see, you want to make sure that there are valid columns for your first name, last name, and email. Then you would browse right here to find the document, and then once the document is there, you would hit Upload, and this would upload your contacts in. If you want to send in contacts from another email server, so as we said, that the upload was for the CSV or the Excel files. The import is if you're sending in email addresses from a Gmail account or an Outlook account. So once again, you'll click the import. This box will pop up. And then it will ask you to choose which system you're importing from. So AOL, Yahoo, Other, if for some reason it's not listed there, Plaxo, Outlook, and Gmail. So I'll click Gmail, hit Next. It's going to ask you for your login information from Gmail. And this will be basically what the system needs to authorize into your Gmail account or other account. So once again, you'll see starting to pull the contacts. Sometimes this can take a couple minutes. So once it actually pulls the contacts, you'll have the option to then select who you want to import everyone in, whatever you'd like to do with it. And you can do it a couple different times. Obviously, you can always just click Import Again if you'd like to import from multiple email accounts, but you'll have to do each email account at one time. So if we just did Gmail, then you would click Outlook to do it again. So once you actually have your contacts uploaded, it's really easy, especially if you have, for example, I have 237 in here. So if I needed to find particular people by group, it wouldn't be easy to just sort through them. And so the nice thing that the new site has is that you have this view by group feature. A couple that automatically show are donors, unthanked donors, need to follow up, never email teammates. Now, unthanked donors, if you click that, I don't have any donors yet because we're still early, but This would list anyone that's given a donation that you haven't thanked through your participant center. Now the nice thing is it would list a couple people. It would have a checkbox to the left. You could click all those people and then actually go to compose. If you want to go back to see all the groups again, you could say show me more groups, or you can just see view all contacts again. Need to follow up, that's going to show you the people that you've sent an email to through this system that haven't done anything in return. So if you sent out an email asking people to donate and they haven't donated yet, by clicking that button, it will show you who you have to follow up with. So for example, these people are people that have been emailed to join my team and they haven't yet. So I would be able to click them and say, yep, these are the people that I want to email. Let's compose, and click there. Once again, we'll unclick them because we're not actually sending to them. We'll go back to view all contacts. Another group is never emailed, although they should never be anyone in there because you should be emailing everyone that's in your list. And then obviously your teammates if you ever want to just send a message to your team members. So once again, you can click on this show more groups, and there are some really cool groups in here. So for example, there are past teammates not on this team. So for team captains, it's really great to click that, and you can see who your past teammates are that haven't yet signed up for this event. So once again, you could select them and then write an email to them saying, hey, the site's up, our team's up, you got to get signed up. So let's unclick them again and go back and explore some other groups. So once again, view all contacts and then show more groups. You can see non-teammates, unthanked donors, need to follow up, never emailed, past donors who haven't donated this time. And that's a really great list of people, especially because they gave to you last year. They're going to be much more willing to give to you this year than just a new random person that you're emailing. So you always want to make sure that you're going to be sending a special email to those people. So let's start with them. So we'll say past donors who haven't donated this time. So let's select all of them. Click, click. Okay. So now that we've selected them, these are the people that I want to send to. So past donors who haven't donated this time. So you can either click compose message here. You can click compose message here. Doesn't matter. So as you can see, we were brought to the compose message screen, and the email addresses we had selected have been auto-populated into the screen in the to box. From here, if you wanted to hand type in someone, you can always just do that here, and if you've emailed them through the system before, it should auto-populate those names in. Or if for some reason you've forgotten someone off of your contact list, you can always choose from your contact list here as well to add more people. Now, if you're just going to be sending a blank message, you can obviously just start here by creating your subject here and then creating the body of your text here. Although we suggest using some of our templates. So if you see the use a template here, the best one to send out as your first message is join me in my fight against brain cancer. Now the nice thing is this auto-populates a subject and it auto-populates the body of the message. However, even though these are created for you, you can still completely edit them however you'd like. So you can change the subject line, support me now, to whatever you'd like, and you can go in and delete the body of this text however you would like as well. You can change the message, you can change the fonts, you can change what's bolded, what's not bolded, but this is a really good message just to start with. It includes the information about when the event is, it includes some information about brain tumor facts, and it also just tells everyone that their gift is tax deductible to ABC squared. Also, because this is a general message, remember, it will just end with a general thank you. So thank you for your support. This is where you'll definitely, even if you're leaving the rest of the message the same, you're going to want to personalize this a little bit, even if it's just saying best Danielle, or obviously your closer. A thing that you'll also want to consider customizing is the greeting. So right now you can see that this just starts with, this year I've decided to take part in an event. If you'd like it to say Dear and then the first name of the people receiving the email, you can click this button right here, Include a Personalized Greeting. Now what this will do is automatically at the top of the email say Dear and then Adam, because you'll see one of my contacts up here is Adam Scruggs. The next one will say Dear Nicola. So as long as you have people's first names in there, which you should, because anytime you've imported or even entered emails by hand, it will have asked you for the person's first name. It's a great thing to check. So you can just say, you can leave it how it is, click the checkbox to make sure that it's putting in there, and then you're good to go. If you don't want to do that, if you don't want it to say Dear, the first name of the person receiving it, you want to uncheck the box, so right here, and then in the body, you'll actually want to say something like Dear Friend. Now remember, you don't want to make this personal because the computer will not be able to tell who the emails are going to, so anything you put in here will not be personalized or conditionalized. So once again, if you want it to say Dear and then the first name of the person receiving the email, don't add this line in and leave the email exactly how it is, but click this button. Otherwise, you can just put a generic hello into the email. Now on all of the templates, you're going to see that you automatically have our stationery for the event on the email. So once you have everything figured out in the body of the email, you'll want to see how the email is looking. So you'll go up towards the top up here and you'll hit preview. As you can see, the banner for the event is automatically put into the email. I have selected the checkbox to personalize. You can see it says Dear and then contact first name. Don't worry, we'll automatically put their first names in and then it will show the email. Once again, you can see at the bottom it says thank you for your support, Best Danielle, down here. Now the other nice thing is, without you having to do anything, a link to your personal page and a link to your team page will automatically always be put into the email, so you don't have to worry about putting those links in. You're obviously more than welcome to put the links in if you want to further up in the email, but if you don't put anything in, don't worry, these will always automatically be in there so people can click and go to your page or your team page. Now, in this preview, the spacing is a little wonky, but don't worry, it does come out well on the other side when it goes through. Not sure exactly why it doesn't on the preview, but it does come out well. If for some reason you are nervous and you would like to make sure that it for sure is coming through, you can send a test email to yourself. And so what you want to do is you'll want to close out of the preview and always click close preview. If you click send, it just automatically will send everything that you have. So click close preview. And if I just wanted to send a test to myself, I would go back, I would delete those, and I would put in my email address, and I would hit send. So you hit send, your message was successfully sent. So this way, I would then be able to go into my email account, make sure that it looks okay, make sure there isn't any funky spacing, and if everything looks good, I would go back into the draft that I had saved, and I would send it to my contacts. So that brings us to another point. You always just want to be saving as a draft. And that way, you can always go back to your drafts over here and go back to the email and send it, especially if you're working on it and you need to step away. Just save it as a draft. It'll be in the drafts waiting for you, and you can always reopen it and send it to your people. So now that we've sent out the emails, a nice thing that you'll see is you can also create contact groups. Now you can do this from two places. So first you can do it from your actual contacts. And what you would do is you would select members that you want to be part of a group. So let's say these 3 people are all coworkers. So you want to add them to a group. So you would add group. I already have a coworkers group, but you would create a new group here. You would call them coworkers, and we'll just call them coworkers 2 since I already have a group set up named coworkers, and just hit submit. Now it's really simple. Whoever you had check will automatically be included in that group. Then you can also go to groups and you'll see your groups here. So I have coworkers, family and friends, coworkers too. You can create as many groups as you'd like. And the nice thing about that is you can then say, okay, I want to send an email just to the people that I have listed in my friends and family group. So I would click that group and send a message to the selected group. And it automatically puts the people's names in there. So that's really good. If you have a group of people that's always going to be getting a specialized message, or maybe you just want a separate email to be going to your coworkers than your family because it's a different message, or even people that maybe don't have a personal connection, they get a different email. You can create whatever groups you would like. Once again, you can do that through groups or contacts. The other thing that you'll want to pay attention to is down in your recent activity, whenever someone's done anything that the system thinks should get an email response, it's going to put a link here. So for example, I just had someone, because I am the team captain on my team, I just got information that Lindsay Rosenzweig has joined my team. Now because I haven't sent her anything through the system is telling me to send her a welcome message. If you would have just gotten a recent donation, it would have said Lindsay Rosenzweig has made a donation, and it would say send a thank you email. And the nice thing about that is it really keeps you up to date on who you should be talking to, who you should be following up with, and the system really looks out for you. Now, you'll want to keep up with them because as you get more busy, as you get more people joining your teams or making donations, this recent activity is going to turn over. But once again, you can always go into your contacts. So go into your email and then into your contacts, and you can always sort that way. So you can always sort unthanked donors, and that'll help you find those people as well. So don't worry if you're not keeping up with the recent activity, but whenever you see something lit up, it's just to remind you that you should be sending someone a message. So that ends the tutorial for uploading your contacts and sending out emails. Obviously, if you have any more questions, you're always welcome to contact us at florida5k@abc2.org. Otherwise, we hope that this video helped you along the way and answered your questions. Be sure to send out emails. Don't be afraid to follow up with people. Remember, most people, it takes 2 to 3 follow-up emails from you in order for them to make a donation. Don't be afraid and try your hardest to always be sending out your emails through this system so that you can be tracking who's donated to you, who you need to follow up with, and so on. Thank you so much for your participation, and we wish you the best of luck in your fundraising efforts for this year's event.